Can kindly do the needful. Yes. Request you to kindly stand up. It's Andrew Mwiruri? Yes. Guru? Yes. Okay. Chair, I can confirm that with me, I have a national ID card in the name of Andrew Mwiruri, Guru, of ID number 867 * 51. So, do you wish to take oath or to affirm? Whichever. By taking oath, you use the Bible and swear by the name of God. By affirming, you just lift up your hand and you don't invoke the name of God.
I'm good at any.
No, you choose one.
Even the Bible is okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You hold this with your right hand
With the right hand.
and lift it up. And then you're going to repeat these words as prescribed.
Yeah.
Yes. Insert your name.
Okay. I, Andrew Mwiruri Guru, do swear that the information that I shall give before this committee is truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you, Kennedy. Dr. Andrew, we will begin with a quick introduction.
Yes.
So that you get to know the panelists.
Yeah.
My name's Engineer Honorable Imui Kayani, the chairman of this committee on trade, tourism,
Okay.
and cooperatives. Next is my vice chair.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
My name is Joyce Munywa, specially elected from Daragwa Central, the vice chair of this committee. Thank you.
Mwanginyaga MC Kaibaga, majority leader, member of this committee.
Honorable Isaac Kongo, member for Wanjohi Ward.
Honorable Njiro Ndirango, member for Kiricha Ward.
My name is Josephine Wakiro. I'm a secretariat, clerk assistant.
And I'm David Gitao, a research officer.
And good afternoon again.
Afternoon.
My name is Kennedy Mwaneki. I'm a legal counsel to this committee.
I'm Faith Mushiri, answered reporter.
Julia Kingoli, ICT.
I'm Cecilia Ndegwa from ICT department.
Mugute Daniel, communication.
Thank you, Andrew. We have a Sergeant who, I don't know where she stepped out to. That is the panel that is before you this morning.
Okay.
Let me apologize for keeping you waiting for that long.
No problem.
We had other people ahead of you, and we still need to see others after you.
Yep.
So kindly bear with us. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to tell this committee in a brief introduction of who you are, where you come from, what competencies you bring to the Trade and Investment Board. In a nutshell, just to kind of get to feel and understand who you are. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. I'm Dr. Andrew Mwiruri Guru, born and brought up in Nyandarua County, specifically North Kinangop ward. I've gone through school in the same area, then Javine Boys, Urevo. Went to A-Level, Kragari High School and Kenyatta University.
I'm a graduate in sociology. I did a master's in development studies in St. Paul University. And I have a honorary doctorate in leadership, courtesy of Breakthrough International University. I'm a resident of Nyandarua with a great passion to see transformation in Nyandarua. And that's the reason I eventually decided I'm going to come back to my own community to give it a facelift, at least to have something to be proud of. And so I'm a business person for quite some time. I started business in the same area since back 1994 after graduating from university. I have a great experience in community development because for my entire career, since 2002 to date, I've been involved in community work, specifically development and empowering families and communities. I have a great network of potential friends who have really helped me to do a lot of things for my community that have really changed the face of my community. And so coming here is not to state what I can do for this county. I'm actually here to say it will be a continuation of a journey that I have always walked through, because trade, development and investment require a good network of people who are potential to support the county. And that's what I have been involved in throughout my entire career. And so what I can say I'm bringing to this committee is not actually, I'm not here to say I will do. I've actually done a lot, and if nominated, I'll continue to do what I have always done. That's what I can say.
Thank you. Just to confirm, you are Sylvester Andrew Muiloli Guru, and at the same time you are
Andrew.
I have also seen Kenyatta University, documents.
Yep.
Certificate says Sylvester Andrew Muiloli Guru.
Yep. One of the baptismal name, I dropped it along the way because it wasn't appearing anywhere, but one and the same person.
Okay, just to be sure about that, I have also noted that you are a doctor.
Yes,
you have rightfully said it's a honorary doctor.
It's a honorary doctorate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Breakthrough International Bible University.
Yeah.
Was that a theology?
It's a university that is full-time. It's in Thika. That's where they have their campus.
Right. Okay. Why did they single you out and give you a honorary degree on that line?
In the same year, 2022, I was honored by the National Heroes Council during the Mashujaa Day. And having come from Nyandarua County, they were looking at people who had impacted their own community in one way or the other. And so they followed me up and had my story. And that's how I started.
Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Anybody who has touched other people's life deserves such a recognition.
Yep.
I will now ask my colleague to ask you questions, and then we wrap it up.
Before you, because I was preparing that question that you have asked, did he ever swear an affidavit, or did he go through the process to drop the name? Because as it stands, the two different names, in law, these are two different persons. Did he ever go through the process that is done by the government?
No, I have never even attempted, because throughout my entire career, it has never been an issue. I've continuously presented the same to every institution, and nobody has ever raised a concern over whether I'm two different people. Yeah, I will do that. If it is an issue, I have no problem with that. Yeah.
Thank you, Andrew. I have two questions.
Yeah.
How did you know about the position that you actually applied? And then you also let us know what are the roles and functions of a member of the Nyandarua County Trade Development and Investment Authority.
I got to know about the vacancy through the newspaper. Actually, I'm one of the distributor of Nation newspapers through one of my businesses, and I'm an avid newspaper reader. And so, perusing through, I saw it, and I thought, let me try this out, and that's went through the process, and that's how I'm here. Functions and roles of a member is to be part of the team and to provide support to the already operating department, trade and development, and cooperatives. To some extent, provide some, I would say, advisory support in areas that matters, as well as being a resource person when it comes to providing networks that are potential to bring or to increase development within our county through the board, as well as to be able to bring in synergy in the team that is part of that department. That's what I would say.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr.
Andrew.
Mr. Andrew.
Yeah.
Maybe I know you know about, Mr. Andrew, you know about Vision 2030. And within the current government, we have the Big Four agenda. Maybe out of your experience, how do you think we are supposed to do to realize that we have attained the dream and aspirations of Vision 2030 relative to this county or in relation to this county? Because I know if we attain the dreams of the Big Four agenda, these are some of the issues or factors that can propel us to a proper investment. They can create employment. So, in your own words, how do you think we are supposed to deal with the Big Four agenda so that Nyandarua can benefit from the same?
Thank you. To be able to achieve those agenda, we require a lot of resources. And for that to happen, we need to build strong partnerships. We need to develop strong network of people.
And maybe before you move on, can you mention the 4 big agendas?
There is the issue of health is there, food security is there, education is there, and water. Those are some of the key things, as well as the environment. And that's why I'm saying for that to happen, it requires a lot of strong partnership with other people other than the county itself. It also requires a lot of working together as a county, bringing together the great minds that can add value, especially in terms of knowledge and insight so that if we want to adopt a certain strategy, we adapt it knowing that it is going to get us where we want. But for me, the two key things that is going to take us there is a lot of commitments to doing what we say we are going to do, a strong network of partners and properly developed network of friends, well-wishers and donors to come and be part of what we want to achieve.
Thank you. Thank you. Honorable Kongo.
Thank you. Welcome, Dr. Andrew.
Yeah.
I know you have taken time to read the County Government Act that have formed this authority.
Mm-hmm.
It is Nyandarua, the County Development and Investment Authority.
Mm-hmm.
And there are functions there
Mm-hmm.
in this section 7.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there are many.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to say that major is trade development, investment, profiling and promotion, and economic development for Nyandarua County. Looking at your career experience, I've seen that generally you have worked at the non-governmental organization. You have never worked in the government.
Yeah.
And you'll be responsible to advise the county or the CCM, the County Executive Committee on Policies. Maybe, how are you going to navigate without the experience of having worked in the government before or a government agency? You have all throughout worked in the NGO. You are coming to a very different setup, which is now government, and you know how the government works with the policies and all that. How do you think you are fit, and how are you going to navigate through to be able to achieve the functions of the authority?
Thank you. I want to state here that it's not the institution that matters. It's the person and the ideas that one have. Because whether government, whether NGO, they are all the same. And working with NGOs doesn't mean that one is working in isolation without the government. In fact, most of what I have done, including in our own county, I have not done it without the authority or the goodwill of the county. Meaning, in all that I have done, I have always interacted with the government arms. If I have a project that touches on education, I do not go and implement a project without the involvement of the department, the government department that is involved. If I'm doing a water project, it has to go through the same process that a government would go, so that all of us are a part of it. So whether it's NGO or is a government, there's no difference, because they are the same people you interact with. In fact, majority of the government people, I got to know them who are working with the NGOs, because I had to visit their offices to share with them what I'm about to do in their area. And I want to get the authority and the goodwill before I can do it. And it is a continuation of that, because I understand how the process takes place. So there would not be an issue for me to navigate, because I'm coming from an NGO out to another sector, because they are the same people that I have always interacted with.
Very well said. Very well said, Andrew. I think the question is well put. Honorable Milka, any other question?
Thank you, Chair. Andrew, you coming, if successful, be a member of a trade investment board or authority.
Yeah.
And most likely you're aware that government does not do business.
Yeah.
And from your explanation, probably you are in business. And if government doesn't do business, then how, first my question is, how then will you come in to assist the government in terms of getting money through business? Number two, we have our very beautiful arboretum here, and there is a very good plan for the arboretum there is land for a hotel, there is land for maybe, what do we call it, picnic and several other places that can bring investment to this county. I want you to comment on that, if you're able to unleash that potential. Thank you.
Thank you for that question. And I want to state here, even for the county of Nyandarua to think of a swimming pool within the Arboretum, it was out of what they saw in my investment. In fact, the benchmarking was done at my place. And they consulted me, and they had a lot of insight even before they could do it. And there is one thing I've always insisted as an institution when you want to do business, and I want to state it here. For you to be successful, you have to detach yourself from the business and your core areas of focus. The county is not in the business of actually doing the business, but serving people. So for them to succeed in anything that is generating money for them, they have to detach themselves from that. Maybe devolve it to another department or another arm, and so that it doesn't disrupt them from their core business. For example, let me talk about Arboretum. Arboretum would be a better business for the county if it is run outside the county. Give it to somebody like Andrew here, agree on whatever amount you want to agree, and let Andrew run the show and give you the money. I've actually seen that work in other countries. I would want to say here I've traveled, I'm widely traveled, and I have seen how other countries work. When you devolve, or when you separate yourself from a business so that you can focus more on your core business, you have a better return for your investment than when you have to spread yourself thin. You are looking at the Arboretum, you are looking at serving people. At the end of the day, your energy is too much spread wide, and you end up not even getting the value of your investment. So Nyandarua County have a great potential to generate more because that's their business, but they have to know how business is done in a more business-like manner, because we are getting ourselves to an area that is too foreign to the primary responsibility of why we are in office.
Thank you, Andrew. Andrew, you've said it very well. When I was scrutinizing your document, I saw a disclaimer or a disclosure of a possible conflict of interest between what we're asking you to come assist the county in, and what you're already involved in. How are you going to navigate in and around the fact that you're an investor in the hotel industry, and you'll be required now to assist the county to also navigate around that? How will you navigate around that disclosure? And I must congratulate and thank you for making that disclosure at this point.
I think already having disclosed that, at any point, that disclosure is very helpful, because, for example, if the board is planning for a venue, I think my disclosure and my avoidance of influencing anybody allows independence of mind for whoever is in charge of that procurement. And if, for example, they decide that's where they are going, I'll have no influence over the costing or the pricing of their services. This is not the first time it is happening. I'm actually close to majority of the county people, but I don't interfere with the services. I work for NGOs, they hold meetings there, and I don't influence anything just because I own it. So the avoidance and the disclosure and allowing the due process to start and end without any undue influence, at the end of the day, that transparency is fulfilling for both parties, and I want my business to be respected for not having any influence over anybody.
Thank you, Andrew. I find you, Dr. Andrew, I find you forthright, honest, and to the point. This is what we need in this authority or board going forward.
Thank you.
I want to give you an opportunity to give some closing remarks. Take this moment to do so. Thank you.
Thank you for this opportunity. I've never applied for any position. This is the first one I actually applied for. And I applied this because I had a great passion, because I wanted to be a resource to my county. I strongly feel I have a wealth of experience and knowledge in most of the things that I see happening in our county. And I told myself, maybe trying my hand in one of these could be an opportunity for me to even increase the knowledge level of my county so that we can achieve more as a county. And therefore, in fact, even coming to have an investment in County Kinangop, where everybody was doubting, I did that to prove to people you can do the impossible and make it possible. And so me coming could be, I might not share a lot, but I could give a single idea that can change the whole, the entire way things are done. And so thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you very much. I will ask that we end it there. We are stifled of time. He's already given his closing remarks. Do we really need to reopen it? Kindly.
Thank you, Honorable America, and through the chair. I think Mr. Andrew,
yes,
as Mheshimiwa, Dr. Andrew, as Mheshimiwa has raised it in her comments, it is important that you have your names regularized, because actually in law, as she said, these two names are two different people. So it is important that for purposes of this process, you provide an affidavit to that effect, that Sylvester Andrew Muiruri and Andrew Muiruri are actually one and the same, because we have seen several of your documents, the names are interchangingly being used. And also maybe for future purposes, it is important you either do away with the name Sylvester legally, that is through the legal process that is provided, so that in future you may not have problems, maybe even in dealings with your estate or something. Thank you, Chair.
Well guided. I think Sylvester is just there. Those are some of the names we were picking up when we were growing up, because we had an interest with a certain character. Sylvester Starion actually captured my interest, and I thought this was a good name. Unknowingly, when doing the ID, it didn't appear there. And throughout the school, that was when I was in high school, Sylvester was the person in school. And then I realized Andrew is a different person in the ID. But I'm well guided.
Thank you, Daktari. Honorable Thenji, I think, okay, fine. I didn't want to close you out. Daktari, I want to take this opportunity on behalf of the committee to thank you for your time.
Thank you.
It's been quite an engaging moment. We've been able to look at your CV, quite rich. Yeah. And we look forward to an opportunity of probably, if the committee, considers you to have to work with you. I also would want to tell you at the earliest that this is the committee that will be oversighting your works.
Okay.
So it's timely that you appear before it at this juncture, so that, going forward, we'll be able to interact with you the more and be able to bring about the desired changes and transformation within this great county. I will ask that once more, the majority leader kindly take our guest, escort our guest out, ensure that he gets a cup of tea, and also the sergeant ensure that all the original documents to Dr. Andrew are returned to him in good shape and in totality. With those many remarks, we thank you and we wish you well. Thank you.
And this is not influencing you, but you are welcome to come and dive into the swimming pool.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.